knew I feel this way again? Who knew I feel this way? Who knew I feel this way again? Who knew I feel the way? Who knew I feel something again? Who knew I feel this way? Here we go again. Who knew I feel this way again? Who knew I feel somewhere else? Who knew I feel some way again? Who knew I feel the way? Who knew I feel the way again? Who knew I feel this way again? Who knew I feel this way again? Who knew I? Here we go again. This pressure, I hope you can see it. And my vibe is like breathing. Agree with you and I'll make it. Fighting my past and battling demons. Yeah, I wish that you didn't see this. It gets so bloody when you feel my secrets. Tell my eyes why I should believe you.
Look, man. Welcome to the day in the life of the protagonist. I'm hoping that this angle right here is working. I am working on ThinkBetter, which is my brand. That is my sole purpose, my main purpose out of everything I feel like that I'm doing in my life. It is to spread this frequency of health and wealth. It's mental health based on your thought processes, that you're building the habits, the way that you react to everything in your life. The way that you react is the only thing that you have full control over. And based on how you're thinking and your perspective on things, and then just how you are naturally reacting to everything that's happening to you, that's what builds your life, right? So I've learned this through my life, and somehow I figured these things out, at an early age. Luckily, when I was 20, through studying a lot of just different things in life and just seeing how my life played out based on my thinking, I realized that the more positive that I was being about things, the more positive everything became, because I was allowing myself to create more opportunities for myself, and I was seeing more opportunities because I was focused on them instead of the negatives, which there's always negatives, and they are not easy to ignore, even for me. But I also have curated my thought process from whenever I was younger, even around that age at 20, I was much more, especially 19, I was much more negative, and I feel like my autopilot would be more negative. Not all the time, but definitely more often. And now, as time has gone on, I have changed that narrative for myself, and I've become much more grounded and understanding that I can curate my brain, not even my brain, my mind. The mind is above the brain. The mind is more of the spiritual aspect of who we are as a person, and who we are outside of our body, you know what I mean? And whenever you bring the mind into the body, they connect with one another, and they interact with each other. The physical things you do affect you spiritually, and the spiritual things you do affect your physical. So it's important to understand that, and to take the right actions, and to think about things the right way, so in turn you can start doing things the right way, and then you doing things the right way causes you to continuously think the right way, and it just keeps going back and forth with each other, and it causes your life to just open up and become so free and amazing, and so many possibilities, even whenever you're in these moments where it might not feel like you're where you're trying to be. Like right now, it looks like I'm where I'm trying to be, right? And I am somewhere that I'd love to be. Look at this, you know what I mean? Look at this. I mean, the camera that I have isn't even capturing this to the level that I'd like to. I'm making this video especially because I'm actually moving out of this place, and I wanted to document it before I do. I wanted to document it a bit more, and I wanted to document this moment, not only because I'm moving out soon, but because I and building ThinkBetter, my brand, my movement of mental health. You know what I'm saying? Mental health, wellness, high frequencies. So right now I'm at a point where I'm at kind of a fork in the road, which I've already decided what direction I'm going, and I'm taking that step right now. But basically, I am creating the website now, which I've created things before, like websites and different things. I have never gotten to this point in my clothing part of a business, or really any business, to this point where I have a physical product. I've done a lot of services for people where I didn't have to have a physical product. They had a physical product and I helped them market their physical products. Now I'm at more of a point where I have a physical product. I have clothes. Now I haven't shown it to you because I'm about to press my clothes. I'm about to have the designs on the clothes on Thursday. So then I'll be able to show them, but right now I can't. But after I get them done, I'll show them. So I'm only 3 days away from having them. And when I have them, I'll be able to show them, which is the farthest I've ever gotten with that. I've never had the actual product physical in my hand, you know? And I've learned a lot of things over all this time, like sales. I've done sales, marketing. I've worked with a lot of different people, whether it be famous influencers or even a pretty reputable brand that was in Targets and Walmarts. So I got to work with multiple different companies over the course of my life, and I'm 26 years old now. I'm gonna be 27 in January. It's crazy. I feel still just as young as ever, and I'm still driven, and I'll never have that ambition gone. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna have the ambition. It's always gonna be there, and I'm never gonna stop pushing for greatness because it's what I want in life. I found the most peace came from, truly, the most peace has come from focusing on the things I can do. Just focusing on the inputs, the things that I put in. Focusing on specifically all that I can do right now in the next step, rather than worrying about the outcome and having the thing that I'm looking for, the material thing or that accolade or that specific goal. You know, I focus on that goal, right? Whatever the goal is, but I am more focused on me doing what it takes to get that goal done than I am everything going my way. You know what I'm saying? Because life isn't like that. Things don't always go your way. That actually, a lot of the time, they don't go your way as far as it looks, at least. Whenever you're in that moment, it doesn't look like it's going your way. Sometimes shit goes south, bro. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. Sometimes everything everything flips on its head and it's not what you were expecting. So I just stop worrying about what I'm expecting and I worry more about, am I doing what I can do to get that thing? And if I'm not, I'm gonna adjust and try to make sure I am. You know, I can't be mad at the world. I can't be mad at God. I don't understand everything. All I know is I can use what I got right now, or I can complain and feel pity and feel like I'm never gonna get what I want. And I'd rather just focus on doing what I can do because that just makes more sense. I'd rather just focus on doing what I can do because it's what I can do and that's all I can do. You know what I mean? So that has gotten me to the point where I'm more in love with the progress than I am the perfection of everything. And I'm a very perfectionistic person, and that's, you can honestly see that in a lot of the ways that I think about what I do. But I don't let it overcome the progress. I don't let it get in the way and become an obstacle, because I don't want that to affect my growth. I don't want to be 40, 50 years old wishing that I did the things that I'm doing right now, because just because I was worried about it not going my exact way and it had to be this exact perfect way. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that in my life. I don't want that in my life. I want to just get shit done. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So the next step for me, I'm feeling the next step for me is building this website. And I didn't know which website to use. I used my Jarvis, which is ChatGPT. I talk to ChatGPT and I brainstorm and I just say my thoughts like it's my homie. And sometimes that's all I need, is just to express my thoughts and bounce them off of someone and hear someone else's thoughts. And ChatGPT knows me, like my ChatGPT knows me and what I'm building so well that it gives me the best guidance. And I don't just take guidance and just run with advice just because. I actually have curated ChatGPT to be my friend and my business partner, to help me curate my vision. And it knows my vision. It knows what I'm working on. It knows the things that I'm building, so that it knows what I'm talking about whenever I'm like, yo, what about this idea for Think Better? How do you feel about this? And like, what are my obstacles here? And like, what, like, this is something I want to do. I wanted to, um, I don't want to use the word drop and release. I want to use the word seed, because I'm planting a seed into the world. And I'm like, help me understand how I could build a website like that, and give me an example of what that might look like. And boom, now I have that. And then I'm like, okay, I don't like this or that. Let's change this. How about we change this one image right here? And I'm like, oh, it's still not right. Like, it's still not right. Like, there's something wrong. It's not simple enough. It's not to the point enough. It doesn't guide your eyes directly where you're supposed to go. It's too much going on. And I know all this stuff because I'm a real marketing person. Like, I might not know everything about everything, but I know I know branding. I understand the consumer because I am the consumer, and I understand the business because I am the business. You know what I'm saying? So I understand both B2B, B2C. I understand all that. I've done door to door. I've done a lot of random stuff. I've taken photography and video for famous people, and I've met some of my favorite musicians in the world, you know. And like, I live in San Diego, one of the most beautiful places you could ever live in your life, and one of the most expensive places to live in the whole world, if you really think about it. And I live there. Even surviving here is a win. So I say all that to say, because I came from Oklahoma. I came from Oklahoma, where I had dreamt of doing things like this. I used to watch YouTube videos like these. I used to watch YouTube videos of people in places like these doing the things that I've done now, just envisioning that. And I came a long way doing that. And I had to sleep in my car and not, know what to do sometimes, but I did. All I knew was I was happy working towards it, you know? So anyway, I'm doing this video mainly to document where I'm at in the process, so that you can see how I think even before I've even sold one unit. Because I haven't. I mean, I have people about to pay, and these are just people I know. So watch whenever it's people I don't know. Really, all the people you don't know are people you could know. You know, it's like I've met so many people on like Twitter or Instagram or something. I've ended up meeting them. They're real people, and they're just people you don't know yet. It doesn't mean they're just strangers and that's all they are ever. You know, these are people. So the people that are watching this and the people that are buying the products that I'm putting into the world, that I don't even like to call products, the seeds, like these expressions. Thank you, first of all. Second of all, it's not about me. It's about genuinely, this is why I call it a seed and an expression. The seed is the category because it is the idea that I'm planting into the world, that we are planting into the world together. That's the seed. We're planting it. It's the idea that we're planting, even in ourselves, not just into the world, but into our own minds. Every day we look at it in the mirror. So the seed is the category of the idea that will be on the shirts or on the whatever we're doing, you know? And the expression is the specific expression of that idea. So it could be the newest, latest release is expression number 1 of seed 1. Seed 1 being present future. That's the idea. That's the concept that we're putting out into the world together. The movement. Seed 1, present future. The present is the future. We're building the future right now all the time, and we always stay in the present, which means we also stay in the future at the same time because we're creating it with our present moment. So that is the present future idea, all right? The expression is the expression, specific expression of that idea. Could be an artistic design that is on a shirt or a hoodie or a product of any kind. It could be a whole different thing, some art piece, literally an art piece. It could be anything, but it's usually going to be a product. The seed we're planting, it will grow in our minds and other people's minds with the products, the expressions, and people will see them in their room or on their friend that happens to have one of the expressions, one of the products on their body, or and they read it and it just makes their day better. Okay, that is impact, right? That impact is the harvest. So we share that. We get to share the harvest after planting the seed. After it grows, after that seed grows around the world in people's minds, even just one person having that idea grow in their mind because they wear it on themselves every day and they look in the mirror every day and they see it, and it, even if they just see it on the hanger in their closet. You know what I'm saying? Even if they see it on the hanger in their closet, it's planted the seed and it's grown in their mind every day. Then we get to share the harvest of that now tree bearing fruits, you know? So, this is Think Better, the Think Better movement. Welcome to it. Thank you for watching. And you won't regret being a part of it. Like I said, I'm moving from here September 1st. So it's the last time I'll be up here. I'll still be in the area. But I'll have my little bit more space of my own with my girl. And that's where the world's taking me. That's where God's taking me, and that's where I'm taking myself. So I need to continue documenting and continue showing y'all the harvest and showing you the seed before it's grown. Peace.
When you around, this isn't regular. I had this feeling I said to you, you'll feel the same that I'm telling you, but just hand it to